going on, guys? Welcome to another video. In this video I want to share with you guys my top 3 ways of breaking through a fat loss plateau. Now if you click on this video, I'm gonna go ahead and assume a couple of things. 1, that you're in a calorie deficit, and 2, that you have been consistently training but you just don't know how to break through that fat loss plateau that you're now in. Alright, so the first tip I have for you guys is readjust your workout split. Now I know probably the most important thing when trying to lose body fat is your calorie intake. So if you're in a calorie deficit, you're gonna lose weight. But that is not necessarily true if your body has adapted to the specific amount of calories. Now what happens when you're already on low calories and you're not willing, or you just can't lower your calories even more? And you need to take a look into your workouts and see if you're working hard enough and if the intensity of those workouts are hard enough, enabling you to burn even more calories. You can increase the intensity of your workouts by doing the following things. 1 is increase your cardio. Now, are you doing enough cardio? If not, then do a couple of more sessions a week. Another thing is, what type of cardio are you doing? Are you doing just slow-paced cardio, so low intensity? Or are you doing HIIT, high intensity interval training? Now, HIIT cardio has actually been proven to be more beneficial during fat loss because it increases your metabolic rate, increases insulin sensitivity, which allows you to absorb foods a lot more, and it also increases the ability to use fat as energy. Now, another thing that you can do is adding drop sets to your workout, which again is going to make your workout a lot more harder and increasing the intensity. Next thing, adding circuits to your workout and also adding some extra reps and sets can also contribute to you burning more calories and leading to you breaking out of that fat loss plateau. Now I want to share a story of a friend of mine. I was actually helping him with his workout routine. Now he had been on a push-pull legs routine for a long time, and most of his routine was based around hypertrophy training, so he was doing about 6 to 8 reps for every single exercise. Now what happened eventually is that his body adapted to that routine and he was no longer able to lose body fat. Now he already didn't have that many calories to work with, so what I had him do is increase the sets and also increase the amount of reps that he was doing to about 12 to 15 reps, which are the reps for endurance-based training. Of course, we don't want to be losing muscle, so he still did some power sets in between. But this increase in sets, and especially the amount of reps that he was doing, allowed for his workouts to be a lot more intense and for him to be burning a lot more calories doing his workouts. So tip number 1 for you guys is going to be readjusting your workout split. Give it a try. I'm sure you guys are going to notice the difference. Tip number 2 that I'm going to give you guys is include refeed days or structured cheat meals into your diet. So if you don't know what refeed days are, it's basically a day of the week, mostly on the weekends, that you eat 30% above your actually cutting calories. So the calories that you're on that moment, you just increase them by 30%. Now these refeed days are mostly going to be based around carbohydrates. And that's because when you're on a calorie deficit, your leptin levels tend to drop. Now leptin is a hormone that regulates hunger and your metabolic rate, among other things. Increasing your calories and your carbohydrates for around 30% is going to wake up your leptin levels and allow you to keep on losing fat. Now, although you get to eat a bunch of carbs on this day and also protein, fats are not proven to have that much of an impact on the leptin levels. That's why on refeed days you most likely want to consume a bunch of carbs and also a decent amount of protein, but keep your fats very low. Now because of that, refeed days tend to not be that much fun. So what I like to do personally is do structured cheat meals. So basically I apply the same principle, 30% above cutting calories, but I try not to worry that much about, okay, do not consume that much fat and such. So as long as I don't go crazy with the amounts of fat and keep them around 50 to 60 grams, as long as I focus on eating a lot of carbs on that day and thus still reaching that goal of increasing your leptin levels. So tip number 2, refeed days or structured cheat meals. Alright, so the last tip I have for you guys today is include carb cycling or calorie cycling into your diet. Now the reason I chose this tip as the last one is because it is my favorite tip of them all. Now, a lot of people tend to start their diet with carb cycling or calorie cycling. You might know them by one or the other. But the reason why I don't personally recommend this is because since it is such a good way to improve your weight loss or break through a fat loss plateau, I like to use it when you're already a couple of weeks at least into your diet. Now what carb cycling basically means, for those that don't know, is that you cycle the amount of carbs that you have during the week based on the different training days that you have. So for example, on Mondays I have leg days. Now, leg days tend to be days in which you need a lot of energy because you're going to be squatting, which is a very heavy compound movement. Now, in order for you to have the most amount of energy, you want to consume a decent amount of carbs on that particular day or even the day before, so you can really benefit from the energy of those extra carbs that you'll be eating. Now, these high carb days are going to be followed by low carb days. Now, what this carb cycling or calorie cycling is going to do is that it will create a bigger deficit throughout the week. This way you'll be able to be in a lower calorie deficit but really don't feel the effects of it. Think of it this way. What is worse, being 7 days a week at 1,500 calories, for example, or having days like Monday, which you eat 2,000 calories, the next day you eat 1,700 calories, then you eat 1,500 calories, and then you go back up a few calories. This way you're creating the deficit, but not really feeling the effects of being constantly day in and day out in a calorie deficit. Now, this way of dieting also makes sure that your body doesn't really adjust to one specific set amount of calories, and that's really preventing you from reaching that fat loss plateau. Alright guys, with that being said, I want to finish off this video right here. These were my top 3. Of course, you have some more tips, but these were my favorite tips for breaking through a fat loss plateau. I hope it has been somewhat informative, and if you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to leave a like on this video and let me know what you think of it in the comments down below, alright? So, I guess I'll see you soon. Later guys.